Let's make Mark Das again. Well, I own this channel for the time that I'm streaming on it, and I decree that Mark must Das. Alright, both players are ready. So let's count down game number 1 of this round 2 match. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, I think the stream delay is a bit sad again, but we can fix that. We'll get remainings to fix it in post. LP qualified with Das. And like Tap, he's not as high PB at, but he's fine to Das because he qualified with Das. So yeah, I see nothing wrong with this, personally. Yeah, he did qual for June with Tap. He's already submitted his June qualifier, but his May qualifier was Das. Toby getting up a bit high, gets that square over for a double, and the Z over to the left is going to help a lot. Toby gets a Tetris, 58,000. Also, why are you still awake? Isn't it like 17 PM for you? Yeah, it's like the same time for you as for these two. Yeah, Mark's having a few issues, has had to burn a little bit, but hits that S-spin. Toby at 126, making just what we'd expect from him, given today so far, a strong start. Yes, I love scheduling. Scheduling is so cool. But yeah, it's funny that the time that was scheduled was so obviously more favorable for the Americans, and yet the Germans still won at 4 AM. Nice adjustment from Toby, adjusting that T for that J up high, and gets a Tetris. Another nice adjustment with the T for an L dependency. Toby at 206, Mark at 177. Alternate timeline when the Germans won. Oh, congrats on 200k, Mr. Brain. I didn't know you played. Toby with kind of a big square-shaped gap, but gets some pieces to fill that in. Going quite aggressive, waiting for a J or a long bar. Gets a J. Now this is a very clean stack. Nice J adjustment for the Z as well. Or non-adjustment, but that wouldn't have been the right placement without the Z next. Nice triple for Toby. He did get up a little bit high. Mark gets a Tetris 282, Toby at 311 with a slight lead, but nothing too significant. Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you are. Like, Retron might be the only realistic option, depending on where you are. Like, for me in Australia, Retron was pretty much the only option. So I have a Retron. Toby gets a Tetris 363, Mark at 327. There's a little bit of a line gap. Tetris for Mark, 352. Okay, well, I wouldn't know about how easy it is in different parts of the US, because I don't live in the US, so someone else, someone knowledgeable like Gerald could tell you about that. Oh, I didn't even know Gerald actually lived there. Toby getting another Tetris 478. Easy 500k transition here for Toby, although I think Mark actually has the slightly better pace at 444, 12 lines behind. It's a Tetris 467. Or, Ian Keith, you could just be stubborn like me and not get a CRT, and max out like 3 times with DAS anyway. I really should get a CRT, shouldn't I? Alright, Toby has transitioned, he's at 529. Mark's still with 3 more Tetrises available. Tetris for Mark. Oh yeah, Elp, you're a, like, LCD DAS Max Chad as well, aren't you? Mark actually takes the lead at 537. He's still on 18, while Toby's on level 20. Toby getting a little bit droughted here. There's a Tetris for Toby. 150. Mark gets a Tetris, Simul Tetris actually, 565 for Mark, 593 for Toby, but Toby is like 2 levels ahead. Toby staying very clean, 620. Starting to gap Mark a little bit, but Mark gets a Tetris 594, clean posts so far from both plays, but Toby's in some trouble now. Toby needs a T or something. This is a monk-ass Senderwell setup for Toby. He's not a fast enough tabber to reliably get away with this. Gets an L, that's not too bad for the board, but Toby's gonna top out at 628. Oh dear, Mark has a very similar Senderwell setup, and he's gonna top out at 600,000. A simul top out, and Toby takes game 1. Anyway, let's count down game 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. But yeah, if you don't want any delay, that's fine. I've just learned to live with delay, so I don't care. I don't think LCD is as hard as people make it out to be, because the other thing with LCD is that the delay is, like, constant, because nothing else is running on the console, so it's like a constant delay of processing lag, whereas on your computer stuff changes, stuff opens and closes. It's not nearly as consistent, even if it's technically the same delay, so I think that actually makes it a lot harder. I think Elp could also vouch for this, because I've seen how much better he's become at 19 since the console switch. Oh yeah, but like newer flat screens are really bad. I have like an older LCD. No, which I think has a better RCA converter, so it doesn't suck quite as much in terms of delay.
Then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds, and over the
I mean, CRT or you won't play is like a... Yeah, that's a fine attitude, and you'll be better for it. You'll end up better than stubborn people like me who refuse to get a CRT, probably. I think Elp, when referring to LCD, is talking about, like, older, chunkier LCD TVs. Now, Toby gets a Tetris 120 for Toby, 131 for Mark. Looks like we've got differing stream delay once again. I don't know why I can never get this to work properly. Oh, Toby's stream's doing something. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like what Toby's stream is doing right now. Kinda scares me. Well, we can see Toby getting that Tetris and going to 166. Oh, goodness. Don't do this again. We've had this happen enough today. What is even happening to this browser source? And it's just when Vandy comes in as well. Oh, what good timing. Okay, well I think Toby... Like, I'm not pressing any buttons, but Toby's stream seems to have kinda caught up now. Alright, there's a Tetris for Toby. 283, 232 for Mark. I'm sorry you had to witness that, Vandy. I'm ending CDM right in front of your eyes. Anyway, Toby's on another really hot pace. Oh, nice solve for the right, but didn't go for the T-tuck, actually, so he's gonna need one more burn. Had he missed the spin, that would have been a slap in the face, but he hit the spin, so it's all good. Toby at 333, Mark at 265, Mark gets a Tetris 288, Toby gets one to 356. And this is pretty much what Toby's been doing all day. Been pacing pretty hard on 18. It would have been a slap in the face, you know, that's a much better way of saying it, and I'm annoyed that I didn't come up with that. Mr. Brain always has, like, the best plays on words that make commentators wish they could actually commentate. Tetris for Toby, 388, Mark at 323, Mark gets a Tetris, 345. Been interacting too much with chat because neither player's getting into any trouble. Stop playing so clean so I have something to talk about. Yeah, Ryan, Mark said his taps weren't quite there at 4 AM, because it is 4 AM for both players right now in Germany. So yeah, Mark's going back to DAS. Tetris for Mark, 395. Toby with a VITS setup gets the VITS. Banned from the channel for doing delayed VITS, but it didn't ruin the pace, for now at least. I'll only ban you once the game's over. And Toby with 500k at 114 lines can get a 600k transition. He has 3 burns for it, I think. Well, that's 2 of them. That's 3 of them. Mark transitions at 446, but Toby's still on 18 is well ahead. So Mark's gonna have to play some very strong 19 and is kind of at a disadvantage because of DAS. Although Mark DAS is like so good that is it even really a disadvantage? Toby doing delayed VITS again. At least he can burn this out with the L and does so. And Toby, Tetris's 586 transitioned at 562. Mark needs to solve this left side. I think with a different J placement, taking a double instead of a single with the first J, he could have burned that out a bit more cleanly. Toby gets a Tetris 600k into level 20. He's hardly had less all night. Toby getting a little bit droughted here. Gets a Tetris, 644. Mark gets a Tetris, 550. Mark's also ahead in lines, so some real catch-up for Mark to do. If Toby makes it to kill screen, I'm not sure Mark can really catch this, but there's a lot of time before kill screen, and making it to kill screen is kind of difficult. So, you never know. Toby gets that L over left. That was quite a difficult tap for someone of his speed, but it works out. He gets a Tetris 700k into level 23. This is like the 4th time Toby's had 700 into 23. He's doing this very consistently. Mark gets a long bar over to the left, is in a lot of trouble though. Is burning this down, and Mark gets a Tetris 632 for Mark. I think Toby's stream is lagging a bit more. Fantastic. Oh, we're getting some real slideshow Tetris now. Mark gets a Tetris 664, Toby at 749. Is still, I think, a similar amount of time in the past. And Toby gets a Tetris 785 into 25. Mark into 26 with like 90k less. Turn-based Tetris, true, that's what we're witnessing right now. Toby gets a Tetris 820 at 199 lines, solid max out pace for Toby. Mark at 739, not even close to maxable, so Toby, if he gets to kill screen, has got this. Mark gets a Tetris 773. Toby getting a little bit droughted, so taking the burns, but has plenty of leeway for the max. Gets the Tetris 893. Would like a J. Has to take a burn. Still very much maxable. Oh, did the playlist end? Yeah, the music ended. Anyway, Mark, only 2 more Tetrises available. The best he can do is 900k. Toby's not past that yet. So technically, if Toby tops out right now, Mark can still do it, but he gets another Tetris, and that's gonna be it. Mark's in kill screen, getting some more lines on it, actually. 236 lines with Das is pretty baller. Toby just needs 1 more Tetris for the max. And there it is. Toby with another max in tonight's challenges bracket. Takes game 2 and goes to match point. Anyway, both players are ready, so let's count down game 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We'll get Dan Vinky to fix it in post. See, the thing is, every time it says that, it's not even live, because it's catching up stream delay. Twitch is lying. Twitch is banned from CTM. We're gonna move permanently to Max Out Club, guys. Mark starting off with a few early burns. Now, we'll see if he goes for a left well Tetris here. Could set up for one, just goes for the triple on the left instead. Toby with a T-spin adjustment, very nice from Toby. Especially as someone who played Guideline for like a year and a half at quite a high level before NES Tetris, I love to see those T-spin adjustments. And Monthly Tetris 2, that's the second time Monthly Tetris 2 has raided me during this one super stream. So thank you, Monthly Tetris 2. High foiled thrice. I can't, like, do that emote speaking, but just think of high foiled thrice. Where are the... Alright, thank you Kingsman for the resub, by the way. I've given you a facelift on the slide that uses you to promote CTM. So thank you for paying for me to do that. That's the way I'm gonna see that subscription. Yeah, don't worry, I'll show it again after the game. Alright, Toby, another very strong start, gets a Tetris, 257 at 52 lines. Stream is lagging a bunch, it's been doing that a lot, but Toby's Tetris brain is not lagging at all. Not dependent on a long bar. Stop doing this, Twitch, please. I'm not even pressing any buttons. I'm not trying to refresh the stream. Stop refreshing yourself. Right, miraculously, both players are actually at about the same line count, even though Toby's stream keeps dying like every 5 seconds. Live. Yeah, it's live, guys. In case you didn't know, this is live. I wonder what YouTube's gonna think of this. Oh, goodness. Anyway, Mark at 299, Toby at 364, Mark with quite a complicated board now around next box height. Dependent on a long bar, is actually Tetris ready. Doesn't get the long bar in time and has burned it down. Is Tetris ready again? Oh, can Mark even get something left here? He needs an L. Needs an L. It's not gonna show up and Mark's gonna top out at 304. This won't be on YouTube. Oh yeah, because it's like only top 4 for the lower brackets than Masters, isn't it? So congratulations, Toby. Yet another very clean 18 from Toby. This is better 4 AM 18 than I've ever seen. Yes, Toby takes the sweep and we'll be moving on to the semi-finals. So, there he is. Free 40 characters on trophies for Toby. Or for Toby's hands, anyway.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.